Francis Pest Llewellyn paid $2 for a used tenor pan in 1952 and became one of the most talented pan builders in Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the Caribbean. He grew up in the downtown area of
I could recollect where I was exposed to it when it was Raphael Davison, right? They used to call him Papio and sometimes Raphael, but his name was Raphael. And that was in 1947 when he had his thing going, but he was here before that and made his trips. And from there it caught on, I went to the Anglican school and he was right across the on the next side of the road. So it used to be our thing at break time, we used to say recess, to run over and look at these instruments. They had them in a folk in the day, and come and practice in the night. He was a barber and his brother, you know. Well, it started there, and when the bands with Woodley and these guys started to develop, up street had their thing signed, everybody had something coming up there in the late 40s, 49. By 1952, well, being inquisitive, me and my little brother Donald, they call him Ducks, we pool our little change, you know, and we paid Woodley $2 for a used tenor pan.
Around 1958, he joined his first steel band, the Pan Invaders.
We entered a competition, I think it was in 1960, in the park, and we came. It was second to Vin Cato's Melody Makers, you know. But then, by that time, I was in and out of being a roadie for Sil McIntosh, Blue Rhythm Band at the time, playing cowbell, and I was doing woodwork and so. But I migrated into Trinidad from 1965, March. I reached the 29th of March, 65.
In Trinidad, Llewellyn explored the potential of the pan and learned his pan building and tuning skills.
This thing had to be more than what we say it is in St. Vincent, just something for them boy to go and thief some drum and thing. So I decided to hang. I became the gopher force around the pan yard, right? You want the bears, okay, everybody doing things. So, well, okay, I will be making the fire, I just want to be there. And it came where it was pest around, but you're not seeing pest, but pest there, and I start getting into the nitty-gritty.
He grew to become a major pan builder and a sought-after resource person and panorama judge in Trinidad.
A number of things. Excelling in that area, put into a tuning position. Now, I had my own little band in Mansfield as a tuner. Bolt, the guy who sponsored the band living out there, you know. I also tuned for birdsong, made the first instrument for the inauguration in 1973. I did some other work in Tobago, you know. I worked with our boys in the 70s there, you know. But tuning at that time, I was more in demand as a person producing an instrument that a tuner, okay, that is in the 50s going up like, as I am now. They would not have that stress as to physically ponging the sound, but it come in with top sound, so you just replace it, you know. I have judged 2 panoramas in Sandy Grande, and I sat at another one time down in Point 14 when they had the first panorama down there, you know. Little areas, being a young man and vibrant in the thing, because a lot of people at that time in Trinidad never believed that I was a Vincentian.
Pest Llewellyn came home in 1987, having been invited by the Yulu Pan movement and the Ministry of Education.
Francis Pest Llewellyn.
He first worked with the Bishop's College Kingstown, then the Ministry of Education as Pan coordinator in schools.
Now in the ministry, we started out there in 1989 January. 3 secondaries and 3 primaries. Secondaries, GHS Grammar School, Intermediate High, Methodist School, Kingston Methodist, Richmond Hill, and Prep School, up at the Craft Center.
Since then, he has trained hundreds of children to play and appreciate the pan. Today, some 9 schools are involved in the program, with some of them participating in national competitions and doing very well. The Potential Steel Orchestra is one band which has benefited tremendously from the skills of Francis Pest Llewellyn.
At Potential, my function is just most of the time to be there and to think. But the main function of me, I am the song technician. I manufacture the song with the assistance of Greg. We do all my syncing and everything like that. He make right now and tune the bass. He had a setting for carnival, but the other instruments, he'll carry them, do all the things, put in all the dimensions. He could do all the drafting. I just come in and groove, finish them out. He cut, burn, I tune. They call me the technical advisor.
His other projects include the recent launching of a pan program for the School for Children with Special Needs and a book on pan.
A lot of people mistakenly thought that I was writing a history of St. Vincent Steel Band, which I didn't. You know? I did 13 pages of a brief history, 5 from Trinidad, 8 from St. Vincent, basically a reference. But I did more work into explaining how I think the pan of the song of the pan really is. I think it's a fantastic song. All right, that song, one of my great mentors, Miss Pat Bishop, Trinidad, she once said that the sound of the steel pan instrument is crystal.
It is this sound that Francis Pes Llewellyn has spent a lifetime trying to refine. The extent of his success has made him a major contributor to national and regional cultural development.